Oh my God, y'all. We got a lot of people crashing out. A lot of people are going into 2025 not okay. Those people that tried to play with us, if they thought it was sweet, they thought it was a joke. Jokes on them. Jokes on them. They out here looking crazy. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. And this not only pertains to me, but a lot of you can relate to this as well, right? They have tried to stop us from speaking the truth because we're truth tellers. And those of you who are listening to this and that resonate, that what I'm saying, it resonates with you, more than likely you're the black sheep, right? You may be an underdog. Nonetheless, you're brave, you're courageous, you're the villain, or you're striving to be all of those things that I mentioned. So you have people who have tried to shut us up, who have tried to stop us from telling the truth, who have tried to defile our name. But because we would not allow them to do that, because we would not allow them to play with our name, because we would not allow their feeble-minded attempts at stopping us, right? Because we had the audacity to stand up for what's right. We called them out on their lies and their hypocrisy. Because of that, they're crashing out. They are not okay. And I love to see it. And see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. They can't believe that we survived their smear campaigns, all of their lies, their weak attempts, their weak attacks. As far as they're concerned, we were not supposed to come out alive. We were not supposed to come out unscathed. We were not supposed to be where we are right now, which is on our throne, rubbing our feet together, laughing at all of their weak, feeble-minded attempts at stopping us from accomplishing our goals and from fulfilling our purpose. This is why they're crashing out. Even the ones that are quiet about it, best believe their mind is in shambles. Their mind is a mess. Losing sleep. We got their heart beating fast. We gave them heart palpitations. Oh yeah, best believe we gave them people heart palpitations and they asked for it. That's what's wild. They asked for it. You know, it's crazy. You can't even mind your business. You can't even mind your business without somebody thinking they're going to tear you apart and tear you down and stop you from doing what you came here to do. I said I'm going to go into why they're crashing out. Desperation. Listen, desperation is a hell of a place to be in. Desperation is a hell of a place to be in. Got these people out here looking like fools. They let desperation control their actions, which causes them to lose clarity, logic, composure, right? This is why they look crazy. This is why they look like plumb fools out here. All of that, losing clarity, logic, composure, that results in them acting reckless and looking foolish. And see, here's another thing. They don't know how to bow out gracefully because of their desperation. Their desperation is preventing them from knowing how and when to bow out gracefully. See, they don't know when a thing has run its course. They just keep going. And that's also because they lack self-awareness. That's why they don't know how crazy and foolish they look until you point it out. They don't know when something has run its course and when it's time to step away. These are the type of people. They don't know how to leave a situation, whether it's personal or professional. They don't know how to step away from a situation that is really not serving them. Because again, they have failed at every attempt to take you down. They have failed. They do not know how to leave a situation alone. They don't know how to leave an ideology alone with dignity, respect, and integrity because they lack all three. You know, they lack all three: dignity, respect, and integrity. These are the type of people that make a scene. They cause a scene and end up destroying everyone and everything around them because they don't know how to walk away from something that is not working for them. They don't know how to leave a situation, a person, place, or thing alone when it's no longer working for them, when they're not getting anything from it. Here's another thing. They also believe that they are above the foolery and the degeneracy and troublemaking acts that they engage in. They actually believe that they are above that while they engage in it at the same time. This is what makes them hypocrites and liars. Hold up, pathological liars. This is what makes them that. And I believe that's also stems from them having cognitive dissonance because they'll claim that they value honesty and integrity and all these things that they do not have, that they lack. But then they'll tell lies, right? They'll act as the pathological liars that they are as a way to convince themselves, oh, that whatever lie they told, it was harmless. Oh, it's just tea. It's necessary. All of that, as a way to portray themselves as still being honest, despite their pathological lying, dishonest ways and actions. This is why they do it. They also, people like that, they tend to kind of compare their degeneracy to another person's degeneracy. And they'll say, well, at least I'm not that bad. This is why they think they're above the foolery, because someone else may be acting in ways that they don't particularly act in, but they have other ways that are just as degenerate. This is why they believe that they are above the foolery. Fools. Fools. Desperation is a fool's game. And that's why they're out here crashing out. And instead of them acknowledging their flaws and their failures and their foolery that they partake in, they'll pretend that they're not crashing out because they don't want to, they don't want their self-esteem and their inflated sense of self to be threatened. That's a threat to their ego. Their ego is through the roof. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll reinterpret their actions to fit the narrative that they created in their mind. That's what makes them believe they're better than the other people that partake in the foolery that they partake in, which is trying to tear you down, right? And another thing is, see, people like to downplay projection. Projection may be one of those new hot psychology terms, but it's a thing. Let's not act like projection is not a thing. People will say, oh, you'll say projection when it's time for you to be called out. Meanwhile, these are the same type of people who spread gossip, lies, and then they'll accuse other people of being more gossipy and being more of a liar than they are to minimize their own actions. Projection is a thing. Absolutely. Anybody that tries to downplay projection, they're the main purveyors of it. Oh, absolutely. Pay attention. Pay attention. They are the main purveyors of it. And another thing, these hypocrite pathological lying degenerates, right, that try to tear us down, but they found out. they found out, and now they're crashing out. A lot of them, all of them, these type of people, they'll engage in the foolery and reckless and harmful behavior. They're scared to bow out, right? They don't know how and when to bow out of their reckless, harmful behavior because they think it won't happen to them. These the main people, the same behavior that they engage in, reckless, harmful behavior, they actually believe in their warped minds that it cannot happen to them. And if and when it does, they the biggest crybabies out here. The biggest, just crying. Woe is me. They go into victim mode, per usual. They are the biggest whining crybabies you ever want to see when that same behavior and foolery happens to them or one of their loved ones. Pay attention. Pay attention. They also believe in mob mentality. This is another reason that they are afraid or don't know how and when to bow out gracefully, right? And instead of them continuing to play themselves. I hope they do. I hope they do continue. I hope they do. Because their content at this point. The mob mentality, right? That group dynamic and the peer pressure. A lot of them behave in the ways that they do because they have people that condone it. And a lot of people they're condoning it just to see them play themselves, just to see them act out and act out like a fool, like the fools that they are. Or they're just mindless drones that hang on to this person's every word and condones their actions because they're mindless drones and they're just alike. They are just alike. So yeah, those are just some of the reasons that these people do not know how and when, or just refuse to bow out gracefully. Joke's on them. And you know what else, y'all? Another thing with these people, they don't value their reputation. People like that, not only are they just plain plumb fools and clowns, but that's dangerous too. They can be dangerous. A person that does not value their reputation, why? And see, I think that's because they thrive off of immediate gratification. And that immediate gratification is usually the pleasure that they get from thinking that they're hurting you, thinking that they're doing something to you. Really, they're playing themselves per usual, because what they're doing is underestimating the importance of reputation. They're so short-sighted, and they operate with short-term thinking that they can't even consider and think about the long-term consequences of their reputation as they thinking, or not as they're thinking, but as they're deriving some sort of pleasure, believing that they're hurting you. Meanwhile, they're hurting themselves. Goofy. These are goofy people that thought they was doing something to us. They thought that they were hurting us. They're hurting themselves. That's why they're crashing out. That is why they are crashing out. Some of them also, they're just arrogant, and again, their ego is through the roof. They believe that they're in some sort of position or power. Again, they're delusional as well. So they have this entitlement hang up, where they believe that their actions will not affect their reputation due to their delusional status, due to the status that they believe they have. Oh, they are jokes. They are jokes. Listen, I hope that this video has imparted some understanding just on the whys, but this is really a time for us to celebrate all the black sheep, all the truth tellers, all the underdogs. This is our time to celebrate, right? Because we won. Per usual, we won and winning.